everybody? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Married to Medicine Los Angeles. My second time recording because I forgot so much in the first one. I just said, let me just scrap it and start all over. So yes, I am here. Side twist is back. Took my braids out, so back to my same basic hairstyles. And yeah, watched it last night after the BET Awards, which I do want to talk real quick about. And I thought it was a pretty good episode. So go ahead and scroll to like the 3-minute mark for those of y'all who don't want to hear about the awards show, because I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick just to hear what y'all thought about it. I really enjoyed it. I always enjoy the BET Awards. It's my favorite awards show. Soul Train, BET Awards, NAACP, the Gospel, the Stellar Awards. I love all of that. Those are probably like my top award shows. I really don't watch any other ones unless there's a special performance or something along those lines. I missed the live audience. I saw a lot of people saying that they didn't need an audience from here on out. They could do it virtual, and I'm gonna have to say no. Like, even though the performances were more creative because they had to do them virtually, that's what music videos are for. People just don't watch them anymore. I do. One of my favorite videos right now is Usher's That Don't Waste My Time video. I love that video. Love it. But yeah, it's been so many songs I didn't like, and I go watch the video, and I love it. I can't get enough. I still watch music videos even today. So yeah, I mean, if y'all watch, they're creative over there too. Just nobody watches it. So I was just kind of like, no, I do not want to see award shows move strictly to virtual. Unless we have to, but there's something about that live audience feel. It pumps the performer up. It pumps you up at home when you see the crowd going crazy. You're going crazy. I will never forget Beyonce's Deja Vu performance, which she gonna kill it on her own, but it was something about that crowd too that had her really, really pumped as well. She didn't have to do extra for them to be pumped up. They were pumped just because it was her and she was performing, versus when she did the same thing over at the Academy or the Oscars. It was like a Josephine Baker tribute, and she was having to tell the audience to clap, and she was having to pump them up in order to make it a really great performance. And I felt like it kind of threw her off because she didn't have the same energy that she did at the BET show. So I think there's something to be said for a live audience, and I do not want to see it go away. But yeah, I love BET Awards. I think it's great. Okay, and I've seen plenty of good BET Award shows, so I wouldn't rate this one as the best one, although some people are. I've definitely had some moments where I was just like, I mean, even last year with Mary J. Blige winning that tribute, that was a good time. When Lil' Kim popped up out the floor, y'all remember that? That was a good time. Anyway, it's time to start the review. We 3 minutes in. Please forgive me. I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. So what did y'all think about the show last night? I felt like I was getting the vibe of fun, good times, and that part I loved. But then there was some underlying shade going on, which let me know that even though we're seeing good times today, there's something off in the horizon. There's something there. Don't really know what it's going to be, but I hope it's not going to last long, because I really do love seeing them have fun. And the fun that they brought across the screen, I was feeling it at home, so it was genuine. All right, so after Imani reveals her divorce to everybody, Jasmine is the loudest. Like, she cannot believe it over there. And then she just kind of sitting back with her legs crossed, just trying to figure out what just happened. So everybody is upset. I loved how Shanique went to Imani immediately. Imani's a hard read. You don't know if she wants your comfort. You don't know if she wants you to be there or not. You can't really tell because she does have a hard demeanor. But I love that Shanique just doesn't worry about that. Like, I don't care if you don't want to be touched. I don't care if you don't want to be hugged. I don't care if you're trying to be strong. I'm coming over here because I would be hurt, so I assume you're hurt. And she walked over there. She had tears herself. She told Imani, right, if you want us to be there for you, we got to know what's going on. And so that's what Imani is trying to do better with, informing the girls of what's going on in her life. But it's difficult. I understand that. I can be closed off as well, so I get it. So she's now said that she wants to go to Palm Springs. They're going to do a little girls trip and have a little fun, get her mind off of things. Sounds good. So then Jasmine and Shanique leave because they got to go pick up their children. But There's always something about two people leaving at the same time that you think they finna go out there and talk some junk, especially if they already friends. But they actually don't do that. Shanique says that she wants to be there for Imani a little bit more. Jasmine agrees. And so then after that, we kind of move on to the preliminaries of the Palm Springs trip. So the first person that we have getting ready, we got Britton. And y'all tell me, why is Mac looking at Britton like she cut up every time she go out of town? He kind of looking at her packing like, okay, remember you do have a husband. That's what his facial expression was reading, but they're so cute to me. He was like, okay, so you just going out with the girls to have a good time, right? That's all we doing, okay? All right. Well, what all you packing up? Let me see what's going on. That part was funny. They also have a conversation about the divorce that Imani and Phil are having and how that affects them. And Brim was just like, I think about you being out of town and, not always being here and the disconnect that we could possibly have. But Mac wants to look at it as, well, that might not necessarily be our situation. So don't look at it as a negative of something that could happen to us. But, he's more on the think positive side. But I think Britton's thinking that way because she knows already that there is a disconnect between the two of them. And Mac knows it too. And that's something that they both need to work on. Kendra says she immediately wanted to come home and jump on Hobart. Hobart said, keep that same energy, please. And they began to talk about their marriage and how it could happen to anybody and how they would never want these kind of problems to happen to them. And I think everybody, even Shanique and Robert, are starting to realize that we got to talk and we got to communicate and we got to make sure we're spending time together and make sure we don't grow apart and all of this stuff. Even, Robert was disappointed. And y'all, I really like Robert. I think he is no nonsense when he needs to be, but I think that he gives good emotional advice when that is needed too. So I like Robert. I think he's a cool dude. What's next? Okay, after everybody talks about the divorce, Imani has a conversation with her son. Real good conversation. The conversation that she had with Idris let me know that Idris already knew what it was. I think Phil has already come to collect his belongings, but Idris is still kind of feeling funny about it. He doesn't really know how to feel. He said it was a bummer initially, but now he doesn't know how to feel. Cute kid. And Imani is just giving her son the same, psychological advice that she would give anybody else. If you need me, I'm here. If you want to talk, if you're feeling this way, I'm open. You can always express yourself. All of that, right? And I thought it was so sweet when Idris looked at her and said, well, how are you? I said, oh, that was so sweet. I mean, it was simple, but it was really sweet that he was concerned about her too. And I think it even caught her off guard because she was kind of looking like, well, I'm okay. And I'm still just trying to get my work done and wrap my head around everything, but we're going to be fine. It's going to be different, but we're going to be fine. So that was cool. We don't give the children enough credit. They know what's going on. They're around. They see. They can tell when things are a little quiet around the house, when silent treatments are being done, when the connection is just not there. I think they can tell when you're faking it. When my parents, my brother and sister's father, my stepfather, when they got divorced, I knew it was a sinking ship, so I was not surprised when the separation actually hit because I was there and I saw what was going on and I heard the arguments and I saw the frustration. So we knew it was coming. Well, I knew it was coming. So yeah, a lot of times they know more than we think they know. So as far as Palm Springs goes, Imani is going to drive there. Her mom said it perfectly. You're just not about to turn up right now. So you just kind of want to be in your own zone. You don't want to get on the party bus because there is a party bus. You're just going to drive. Imani is just not feeling it right now. Everybody has their own event to plan, which I'm going to steal that. I will be stealing that because it's a great idea. That way you get to do a little of something that everybody wants to do, and the burden of planning is not solely on one person. So I will be remembering that. But Imani says that she just isn't, feeling party busish, and she is going to drive. I wish she would have got on the bus, but I also understand you got to do it would be better for her to drive than to sit up there looking like she got attitude, right? So you know yourself. If you want to drive, we respect that. But we get the party bus people there. So everybody meets up at Shanique's house. Britton was fly as I don't know what. I love Britton's clothes. She wears a lot of stuff that I would wear myself. Even her casual, those bell-bottom jeans she had on. So me. I would definitely wear something like that. So everybody gets there. Kendra, who is fast becoming my favorite, says that Britton looked like Carmen Sandiego. They get on the party bus, and some edibles are passed around that I believe Britton brought to the bus. And everything is fine, and then the edibles, I guess, start setting in on everybody. So for some people, like Shanique, you know, they feeling a little hot. And by hot, I don't mean hot. I mean hot. Down in this area. Jasmine is, you know, her normal flirty Barbie girl self. But then Leah and Britton, they a little bit paranoid. And Kendra, I'm not really sure what her vibes are. But yeah, them edibles, child, I do not fool around with them. I got friends who love them. But I don't like to feel like I'm outside of my body in any type of way. I don't even really like getting drunk. So it's not for me. But yeah, they really feeling it. It was funny. The party bus looked like it was a whole bunch of fun. Of course, Jasmine is still watching her diet. She's trying not to eat too many carbs, which, okay, Jasmine, you know, do you. That's fine. I would have just probably ignored it, but, you know, Leah had to say something. I will say in Jasmine's defense, if I'm going to waste carbohydrates, it's going to be on food. As a matter of fact, I just ate some pinto beans, and I'm probably going to have to, I'm feeling guilty about it, so I'm probably about to go jog. But I don't waste no carbohydrates or sweets on no drinks now. I'm not going to do it for that, because I love food too much to let the carbohydrate go to waste. So anyway, once they get off of the party bus, Imani already got there. She was asking if there was a bidet and all of that other stuff. They didn't have the bidet at the house, which I think I would like a bidet, but like at my own house, I wouldn't. It would creep me out to know that the bidet has been shooting on the areas of like a bunch of other people. So like a bidet at my house is cool. I don't know if I would use a bidet. I mean, I'm sure they clean it, but you know, I would just, because I barely want to use the hotel toilets. You ain't never seen quite a hover as the one that I can do when I get there. So yeah, anyway, off subject. So everybody just goes to run and pick up their own rooms, because Imani doesn't pick out rooms for people, so everybody gets comfortable. They pick out their rooms. Kendra comes in, says, my breast hurt, I need to pump immediately. So she goes to pump, and it was funny because it reminded me of my homegirl. We went to Colorado like 2 months after she had her baby. And the whole time we were there, she was sending breast milk home. She was sending it, like she had pumped before she left, and then some breast milk she was like one day shipping back over to I don't know why I'm laughing, but she was overnighting some of the milk that she had even pumped, which I didn't even know that you could do that. But she was just like, no, we ain't wasting no more milk. I got to get it to the baby. So the whole time it was like, you know, it was like a cow zone. Every time I looked at her, she was hooked up to the little thing. And anyway, so yeah, that's what that reminded me of. But then we move on for the events of the evening. Now, Imani's planned event is going to be the shaman. The shaman comes over, and who called him the shaman? I think it was Jasmine or Shanique. But the shaman comes, and it's like a spiritual colonic, she said. So we're going to get all of the, you know, boo-boo out of the body spiritually. So the shaman comes, he got on his crystals, he going to get the chakras, he going to get the cons aligned, he's draped, you know, he looked deep, he looked spiritual. When I heard them saying stuff about the Lord, and then they said something about some witchcraft, I think Leah said something about the Lord. I said, ooh, they gonna drag y'all on Twitter. They do not like when y'all talk about the chakras, the cons, the crystals, and the shamans and things of the like. They don't like that. And I will say this. Now, y'all know how I grew up, but I have learned over time through just classes and reading and books that a lot of spirituality and religions and all that stuff, a lot of it's very intertwined, very interconnected So many of the same things go on, and if you really look, you will see that. And so I probably would have been open to it, but I just wouldn't have. I would have held the crystals, but I wouldn't have let him. He can't be all up over my body like this. Now he can't be talking over me and blowing on my forehead. I don't like that. Jasmine said that the spirits would easily come out of Imani because they could come out of her head since she bald. I laughed. I know y'all didn't, but I laughed. And so she feels spiritually cured. And I was like, good for her. Oh, good for her. This activity was really for Imani. So she feels better. And you know what? If it gets you, I always say, if it gets you closer to your creator, your higher power, if you feel closer, that's what it's all about. So that's what Imani decided to do. Then, when they have dinner, I like the conversation that they had with Kendra. Kendra, now you said you had a plan. That's my only problem with Kendra. I don't care that Kendra want to go back to work. I don't care about women working. Okay, I hope I never come off as I don't believe women should work. Do you, boo boo? Do whatever you want to do. But my thing is, in a marriage, in any relationship, if you make a plan with somebody and you all say that y'all agree to something and then you go back on it, that's frustrating for your partner. Because your partner has already made plans based off of the decision that y'all made. So when you go back on it, and I've seen people be like, well, why Hobart can't stay at home with the baby? Because that wasn't the agreement. You know, if Kendra would have brought that up, then maybe, but that wasn't the agreement. So, and Kendra knows that she kind of wrong, or else she wouldn't have snuck around to have the interview and not told them. So it's just all about communicating and whether or not you're sticking to what we laid out initially, right? Not about her whether or not she should work, right? It's not about that for me at all. I love the advice they gave to Britton. Get that baby out of bed. Now, you know, I'm not trying to fan the flames. I'm not trying to say that my children are not important. I'm not trying to get that party started, because y'all remember on Facebook when they had that drag out debate about whose plate do you make first, your man or your child's? Do y'all remember the other debate where the wife said that if the house was on fire, she would rescue her husband first and not her child because she can have another baby, but I'm not trying to get that deep with it, right? But what I'm saying is that your children, if you raise them right, they grow up to make decisions on their own, and they have their own outside interest. So her son is 6 now. Give it another 7 years, child. He gonna be late night talking on the phone, you know, sneaking around. She gonna have to take the phone. All that kind of stuff that the teenagers do once they get them little girlfriends, little boyfriends. And he's gonna have his own interests, his own things he wants to do. And they start to not distance themselves from you, but they just start, their priorities become a little different. And so for Britton, I don't want her to miss out on the opportunity of having intimacy with the one person who's always going to be by her side. You know, that's your husband. Y'all are in it together. You know, your children, you're raising them to, you know, one day be every other year becoming a little bit more independent of you while still maintaining the relationship. And so for Britton to say she doesn't get the same love from Mac that she gets from her son, because you're not supposed to. Mac is a grown man. This little boy is a child, and he can't see any wrong in you. He's your child, so he doesn't see any wrong in you. But now teenagers, okay, you get to raising one of them, you might see it a little different. But he doesn't see any wrong in Britton, and so it does feel unconditional. But Mac is the person who you chose, and he chose you. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I just want her to realize that the intimacy with her husband is very important, and she's not a bad mother for making sure that that is right in her life while also maintaining the great relationship that she has with her son. That's all I'm trying to say. Y'all chime in and y'all let me know. Especially those who have had trouble getting them up out the bed. Because even Leah said she shared a bed with 3 and 4. Why is there so many people in the bed? Child, I can't. Anyway, okay, so what's the next thing? They had the black cowboy chef. He looked like he was putting it down in the food department. I don't know what it was, but it looked real good. I'm trying to see what I forgot. Okay, let's move to the gift exchange. I can't talk. So Kendra came in, she did it up for the full pajama girls. She came in with that. Leah had on a nightgown that was interesting. It was sexy on the top, but it was Kojic on the bottom. That's the best way I can describe it. Then we had Britton, who was giving us cute, playful, very Brittanish, but still a cute little outfit, full bodied. Then Jasmine had on a little nightie. Shanique was giving us plenty of titty. She was giving us a Santa baby. I want I want a yacht, but really that's not a lot. She was giving us all of that, and she looked cute. I be here for Shanique's breast area to be exposed because they be up, they big, but they be right. Then we had Imani, who came in and shut it down for the rest of the night, as she should. Her body was amazing. She has such a nice frame. Imani is the definition of slim thick to me. Some people think they slim thick and they just thick. They just thick. But Imani definitely has it going on. She looks so good. And she knew she looked good. I wasn't here for Jasmine's I hope I look like that when I'm an old lady comment. Now I laughed at the bald headed comment, but we not laughing at that. I'm not laughing at that one because it's some 20 and 30-year-olds who don't look like Imani right now. Don't got no excuse for it and don't look like that. So come on, you convince me. You convince me with all that, Jasmine. Okay, let's hope you look that way at 35 or even at 40. All right, but you ain't gotta stop it. That's what I said. Like it's still some shade going on. Speaking of shade, it's time for gifts. So Shanique gets Imani a very large penis. She's a single lady now. You're going to have to, get your swerve on yourself. I bought you this big penis. It had the suction on it. Apparently, it was quite big. We move on. Britton gets the 2 vibrators for Kendra, one for travel and one for home. All right. We appreciate that, Britton. It looked like it was quality and well made and a nice color. Britton from Kendra gets some type of weird Speedo thong in the back type of deal, and that is for her husband to wear. I thought it was kind of strange. It was a little strange, but I guess it was so they could spice it up, and maybe Hobart is into that. Maybe it get it going over there at the Hobart household. So maybe Kendra knows something we don't know. Okay, so that was for Mac. I have a feeling Mac might not wear it, but that was for Mac. Then we get over to Leah, and Jasmine gets Leah like a candle, and we find out later that Jasmine actually forgot to buy a gift, and she just kind of re-gifted Leah, I think. Did she re-gift her, or did she buy it on the way? It sounded like a re-gift. And Leah liked it, but there was still some shade because Jasmine really didn't remember to get Leah a gift. And then Leah gets her a shirt that says Inglewood's Finest, and some of the door knocker earrings, for her street cred, which I thought it was funny. It did not come off. Did it come off as shady to y'all? I didn't see shade in it. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. And I thought it was a good way to say, hey, I'm not trying to beef with you. Like, I'm trying to get my street cred back. That kind of thing. And Jasmine says, well, I don't need a shirt to know that I'm Inglewood's Finest. So I was like, what? Jasmine, we having fun. We not having fun? I thought we was having fun. Anyway, Imani gives Shanique a blowhorn. Now, y'all listen, I'm all for a good joke. Okay, Leah's gift was a good joke. Imani's gift to me, I just thought it was flat out shady. I just didn't think it was funny. And then she didn't even try to make it funny. Like if she tried to make it funny, that probably would have eased it because we would have known that she was trying to be jokey. Imani get up there and say, well, this is because, the sirens, when they used to alert. Imani, you convinced me with that. That gift was shady. I don't know. What sirens is she talking about? Is she talking about like mermaid type of sirens? What is she talking about? I didn't even listen to all of that because I thought it was a shady gift. I did. I thought it was a shady gift. We're going to talk more about it next week. Y'all let me know if y'all thought the gift was shade. I really did feel like it was. But Shanique is a good sport. She takes it. Then they have a stripper come in. I don't know if he wanted to dance or rap. I wasn't really sure. It was, whatever. They had the stripper come in. They have a good time with that. The next morning, we find out that Imani and Phil haven't had sex in 5 years. Was it that they haven't had sex, or just they haven't had any passion? Because there's a difference. But something ain't happened in 5 years, which would explain why Imani can sometimes be a stick in the mud. Because she might need a little bit of good loving. Okay. But she says the connection hasn't been there for quite some time. She was looking for somebody to help her raise her child, and she got that in Phil. She got security. And Britton brought up a good point. There's different stages in your life where you're looking for certain things. And in that stage in your life, you were looking for security. You were looking for somebody that was going to be there for you and feel stable. And, Phil did make the comment that he would grow to love her, even though he didn't feel it initially. And Britton was like, well, why get married? My point exactly, Britton girl. But he said he did grow to love her. But it's still, they still grew apart. And when Britton made that comment about being in different stages in your life and wanting certain things and wanting stability, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds a lot like me. Like, at this point in my life, I want just somebody stable and somebody that makes me feel safe. And I was a little scared, y'all, because I don't want to end up like Imani now. Do I need to change what I want? Y'all let me know. I don't want to end up this way. But anyway, that's it, y'all. It's long enough. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all for the next one. All right? Bye.